Since that day you saved my life, I have presumed I knew you. But now, 1,000 letters from your father go unopened, yet one scribbled from your sister changes everything. I didn't even know you had a sister. We are broke, old pal. We can't afford a passage back to your old world, back to your family. Not unless you suddenly remembered what work is. Dynamite. Remember when we escaped the pits back when? Still some dynamite left. You never told me you had a sister. What else haven't you told me about? Here it is. They're not expecting Queen Parrotfish. Anything with fins will do.
Oh, what the chimichurri was that boom?
You do have an eye for opportunity. After all, it's not TNT the locals are short of. All the blistered fish they could ever want.
Ah, that burnt reek. Fuera! I told you drifters before, rum don't grow on trees. When are you layabouts going to get a job? Here are your tickets. Hurry, drifters.
So, this is it. We're leaving paradise behind. You never talked much about family and the like. But you're dead serious about this, aren't you? No matter. I made a vow to defend you. And I don't break an oath. Even if a blind man could see you leap into the deepest pit of dung.
I have never asked anything of you, firstborn. Not when you stole away a tiptoe, leaving the family burden at your little sister's door. Our father is accused of high treason. Dare you to believe it? Will you now stand by, knowing gentle father is indungeoned? It must kill him. Please come home. We need you. Is it really you, dearest sibling? I never dared hope you'd return. Do you remember Bright Sands? Of course you do. We loved it here. It's changed now. The Royal Council support Uncle Edvard. Father barely cold, and he's pulling everything down.
Those houses. You never said how wealthy you were. Why were we selling fish and sleeping in barns?
Never told your friend of Good and Sons? There is much to be said, but not now. Dear father's funeral begins.
Where have you been? Without you brats, we'll never be done with this obligation.
Looks like Death claimed the wrong brother.
No matter so few are here, when they are the few he loved most.
Nobody likes a traitor, let alone his tainted offspring. Better make yourself scarce.
We shall, dear sibling, for now. I have acquired a small island with the last of my funds, and passage for all still loyal to father. Together, we shall clear his name, or die trying.
Your sister reminds me of you. Must mean new adventures await, old pal.
This is it. Ditch water. End of the world. I hope you like it quiet.
What? Still here? Establishing a rival company on that disheveled island?
Let Uncle Edvard scoff. A modest island, yes, but if you're at all like father, you'll look beyond appearances.
Do you remain here out of spite? Or is this some futile attempt at competition? As you are so desperate to appear responsible, you'll be pleased to hear the cost of that fantastical funeral falls to you.
Miserly, uncharitable dastard! Picking and choosing what he inherits.
You reach a new milestone.
Every rose has its thorns.
See what slander Edvard prints in bright sands. He twists every article in his favor at our and father's expense. Father wouldn't have wanted us to sit on our hands while our one prospect was in such a state. So let's gather our townsfolk and ask them to spruce the place up. Mourning is eased, now we have others for company, sibling. It's been a hard day of labour for us all. We should cater to our tired, hungry people. Timber, very good. I'll try not to think of the coffin.
eat something first.
Game saved. You reached a new milestone.
Help enough to demolish the larger ruins. Let's breathe some life into this place.
It's been a long, hard day. The people need to rest and maybe wet their whistles. When I look into your people's faces, I see trouble. Make sure their misery doesn't become a problem.
say.
Peddlers say there's nowhere to take it. Fields might help.
Same, same.
You can make better what's already gold. Fancy making hay while the sun shines, master? Keen as a three-legged goat.
Just like old times.
Everything you've built so far consumed wood. We'll be needing more of it to continue.
Feels an eternity since the funeral. And the cost! Oh, why, it was extortionate. Ready to repay my charity? Repay me now, or sell up? Ready to repay my charity? Don't think you're finished, brat. I loathe the reek of lanolin, but if farmers' smocks are all you have... Tell me you've managed something. Ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 4 bags full.
Is there no limit to Uncle's shameless demands? Speak to our humble cousin. He writes of a worker riot in Bright Sands. It seems we are not alone in our contempt for Edvard.
Became saved.
We'd rather die than stay. Our flags still wave for Samuel. Let Edvard oppress us no more!
A life away from Edvard? We're on board.
If you pick me, you may have my boat. It's my poor aunt's legacy. Her second husband was a decent sailor. Everybody on board? Good.
What? Has your cleft of the family no shame that it now resorts to abducting my workers? The Queen's ambassador himself shall hear of this.
Abduction is a severe accusation.
And if I may, excuse me, a false one. We left Edvard quite willingly.
Pencil polishing popinjay. I should have been rid of you long ago.
I see nothing criminal. A bit of interfamilial bickering is only natural, and hardly a matter. And as Archibald Blake, ambassador and confidant to the Queen. Despite the circumstances, Her Majesty and I were pleased to hear of your return. Your father's death was a tragedy. We regret he never had the chance of a fair trial.
The real tragedy here is the vast funeral bill that goes unpaid, while this brat is living the life of O'Reilly.
Sadly, your uncle has indeed alerted me to some floating liabilities. I fear you have no choice but to settle them if I am to grant you your crown shipping license.
Edvard registered the debt officially.
Don't worry, that old tyrant can't hold us back anymore.
Indeed. Once my letterpress is up and running, the truth will come back to haunt Edvard. For your hospitality, please use my ship howsoever you may wish.
Now that sounds like good news.
As to the debt, my hands are tied, but it may warm Her Majesty's heart to see a new enterprise taking shape.
With several passionate young reporters enlisted, our publishing house is already well underway.
Workers can handle stubborn debris on ditchwater. If it's to be the center of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate.
You reached a new milestone.
Our dream of a shipyard is impossible without plenty of qualified hands.
Name saved. A fire broke out.
Where do we take the stuff without a warehouse? There ain't enough of us.
Look busy, people.
We're fed at least. Don't let it go to ash.
Game saved. The fire has been vanquished.
Far be it from us to make the... Grease the wheels, Governor!
That fish claw smells good.
We need something first. Nice day for it.
Are we to be overlooked?
Workforce shortage. Game saved.
Peddlers say there's nowhere to take it. No space left here.
Alas, my bowels churn afresh, and I must beg your righty-ho. Resting? Oh, perhaps you'd like my latest. Have you heard the Her Majesty's fine. Ah, yes, the bright young sapling. Customs and excise, eh? I can finally let go that pent-up gas.
Workforce shortage. Workforce shortage. Game saved.